What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and in this video I would like to poke some holes in the logic of the bearish sentiment that's going around in the markets, especially over the past week. I feel that people, and I've seen it, that people who are bearish, they just say the same stuff. They're not coming up with original thoughts. And with that, you have people who genuinely, they're like parrots. They hear something that confirms their bias. They say it again. You got a bunch of people in a little bird box saying the same stuff. Hey, did you hear this? Yeah, I heard this. Oh, we're both so smart. You know what I mean? Like that. It's not conducive and it's not original. And I want to go over the thoughts that I'm talking about right now. All right. For one, a lot of people think that September is going to be a bearish month because September is typically a bad month, but that's not the truth. September is typically a neutral month. We've done this analysis, and I'm going to show you guys on a video here soon enough that September is actually typically a very neutral month, but that's not the main point of what I want to talk about. That in itself, you know, maybe not. Maybe September's good, maybe September's bad, but is that enough to call the end of the bull market? No, probably not. But the thing that I've been hearing a lot lately is that people are saying things like, retail's not coming in. Everybody's broke. Nobody has money to put into crypto. All the people who've wanted to invest in crypto, they've already put money in. The institutions are here. There's not more institutions to come. This is a very poor double entendre there. Poor frame of thinking. That's a poor state of mentality right there. It is not the right way to think. Okay, there is so much money in the world. There's so much money. The idea that there's not enough money or there's no more money to put into crypto is very laughable. Haha, it's not true. It doesn't make any sense. In fact, the crypto markets as a whole, let's look at this real quick. I wasn't going to pull this up, so I don't have it prepared, but I just thought about this. The crypto markets as a whole, let's see, where are we at? Where is it? Market cap is worth $3.76 trillion. The altcoin markets as a whole are at about a $1 trillion market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's a $1 trillion market cap. So crypto as a whole is just over $3 trillion. The stock market has like 200 trillion or 150 trillion. The real estate market has 200 trillion or more than that, right? Commodities themselves have like another 150 trillion dollars. There's something like 500 trillion dollars in assets all around the world, okay, beyond crypto, and they're not crypto. And thinking about the real estate market, for example, and even commodities, the reason why they have value to begin with, or they have that much value locked away in them, is because those are forms of a store of value. But there's also this rhetoric going around the crypto space, especially right now, where people are starting to say a house is not supposed to be a store of value. That's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a home. And Bitcoin, other cryptos like Bitcoin Cash, Monero, whatever your favorite crypto is that's here to last, those are stores of value now. So you're going to see that wealth transfer from some of the biggest, literally the biggest form of wealth issuance in the world, which is real estate, transfer into crypto. And you think there's not enough money to go around? Altcoins are at $1 trillion, and you think there's not enough money to go around? There's $500 trillion in other assets out there in the world. And that's just what's in these assets, let alone the money that is in artwork, which is, there's a lot of damn money in art, let alone the money that's in cash, that's just free floating cash, that's in unprinted cash. We've got so much of this money well that is untapped in crypto. If anybody, do me a favor, okay? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, and I'm not trying to incite violence on other people here, but if somebody tells you, if you hear this statement, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard it, and you'll probably hear it again because people just repeat things without thinking about it and giving it a critical thought. If somebody tells you that there's not enough money to go around in the crypto space, all the money's already here, where's the money going to come from? Just tell them, dude, there's $500 trillion between stocks, commodities, and real estate. We're at $3 trillion. We're at a drop in the bucket. And you don't think that there's enough money to go around. You don't think there's enough money for the average altcoin to do a 20x by the end of this cycle, right? This new emerging technology that is crypto, where we have things like Ethereum getting accepted by or being accepted as a payment for Blue Origin to send people to space, the United Emirates. We just went through a whole list on the Ethereum video I just made. There's a whole list of different merchants that accept it. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, they all have merchants. They all have real world use cases. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. I don't know what that was, but my daughter's playing with some toys. But we are we are so far from over. This vehicle that is cryptocurrency is a wealth transference vehicle. It's going to transfer a bunch of wealth, and we all know this. This is one of those bird box rhetorics that have been promoted out there too. Sorry about that. Being freaking loud there. But what was that? What was I saying? It's a wealth transference vehicle. Okay, this is not the end of it. We are literally going to dominate this. This market is going to siphon off all the money that already is out there, right? In stocks, in commodities, in real estate, and the money, the physical cash and digital cash, technically, because actually most cash is digital. It's just numbers in a bank account, right? Which is just sitting there too. It's all going to get absorbed into crypto, or at least a good majority of it is. We're at the very beginning. So again, that's all I have to say. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. If anybody out there hears that rhetoric, because I've heard it, I've heard it more over this past week than I have in a while. It's a way for the bears to justify that we're at the top. It's a way for them to justify. They think they're so smart by saying things like, "Oh, there's no more money left." Right? And I'm not trying to make enemies. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings if you're one of those people. I've talked to some people in the comments and poked holes in that logic in itself. I'm not referring to you, although maybe you're one of the people I'm referring to as far as I've heard it from. But I was on X.com for like the past 10 minutes here. I'm just scrolling through and I saw it pop up like 3 times. I'm like, I need to talk about this because this is flawed logic. And you know it's flawed logic. You know that things are flawed logic whenever you just hear everybody saying the same thing. It's like, have you really thought about this? If you're just saying the same thing, have you actually thought about this? Or did you hear somebody else say it who heard somebody else say it who heard somebody else say it and you all just think you're a bunch of smart little bunnies hopping around? I don't know. It's very laughable, the thought. And again, when I say it's a double entendre, it's a poor mentality. Because people who do not have, and I'm not saying I'm worth $1 billion or I have $1 trillion. I don't know, but I'm at least educated enough to understand that whenever it comes to money, this world is abundant in it. It's not short in it, okay? We're not short in people who are in poverty either, and it's not fair. There's a whole wealth disparity that exists that's absolutely insane. But that doesn't mean there's not this tremendous well of wealth. You could be $100 millionaire. This is how you know what I'm saying is true. You could have $100 million and that will not change the world. It'll change your life. You'll be set for a long time. You and your generations to come will be set. But $100 million isn't even enough to change. $1 trillion isn't even enough to change the world. If that's the truth, that means that there's so much money out there that you literally you could have all the money that your future bloodline, generations to come will need, and it's still not enough to change the world because there's so much money to have enough money to impact. And I'm not saying that you can't change the world with a little bit of money. I'm not trying to be depressing here. I'm just saying even a large amount of money, even an unfathomable amount of money, it's a drop in the bucket compared to what's circulating out there that we know of, let alone the hidden wealth in the world. If you believe in that, there's a bunch of wealth that's stored away, that's hidden, that's like artifacts and treasure, like literally that people don't talk about, right? Because why would they? They don't want people coming after their money or understanding how much money they have. The truly wealthy are behind closed doors, right? Like we know Elon Musk is the wealthiest person in the world, but there are people who are wealthier than him. But we don't know their names, or at least they're not talked about publicly. Anyways, I got nothing else, guys. I'm going off on a whole different tangent here. All I'm trying to say is the idea, if you hear it, and you've probably heard it already, the idea that there's not enough money to go around for crypto to continue to pump, it's wrong. It's just wrong. There's no actual logical evidence of that at all. And in fact, the evidence that is there, that is logical, that is empirically backed fact, suggests the exact opposite. There's not just more money to go around. There's a plethora of money to come around. The money supply, the M2 money supply is going up, you guys. The global money supply is going up. And a lot of that's going to go into crypto. A lot of it is. I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button, subscribe. Take care of yourselves. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.